subway. Cigarettes between the lines, and frozen links around our beating hearts, long enough to know that we are still alive.
Howdy folks, I'm Dan Gross and welcome to this brand new episode of the Rochester Indie Musician Spotlight, Rochester's premier music and interview show. We're coming to you from Bop Shop Records, our home for Season 4, also Seasons 3 and 2, so we're very happy to be here and to be back. Joining us today is Great Red. Ladies and gentlemen, get up for Zack, Mark, Steve, and Andrew. And before we get going, let's have a word from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by Bernunzio Uptown Music, Bop Shop Records, and Rowe Photo. Bernunzio Uptown Music, located in Rochester's East End, has been providing Rochester and the world with quality vintage, new, and used string instruments since 1976. Bernunzio also offers concerts, workshops, and jam sessions. This season we're in this warm, local, and creative space, Bop Shop Records. Located right outside the city at 1460 Monroe Avenue, Bop Shop Records is your Rochester home for blues, classic rock, jazz, and Americana roots music in vinyl for the past 35 years. Rowe Photo is your one-stop shop for photo, home theater installation, audio, and accessory needs. For 3 generations since 1898, Rowe Photo is there for you with second-to-none customer service. Stop by Rowe Photo's 2 convenient locations today.
Guys, thanks for joining us today. So I thought, since it is Great Red, I'd rock the red shirt, and I see Zack got the memo, but no one else did. Well, Mark, you sort of did.
You either ignore it or beat it over the head.
Right.
And
it's one of the two. So let's just do a little bit of an introduction of everybody. It's Zack Cohen, who sings and plays guitar, Mark Bayman on guitar, Steve Bass on bass, and Andrew Tasheen on drums. So guys, let's get this going. Can you give us a brief overview of your background in music? And it's just a little bit on how you guys got started in music. Zack, let's start with you.
Yeah. I mean, grew up listening to a lot of music and got into Nirvana because of my dad, Pearl Jam. Took some turns, and then I started playing guitar pretty late on in high school, and then I went to FLCC, studied a little bit of jazz, hated that.
Dude! Oh, that hurts!
After 4 years, I was done. So, and then, I don't know, and then I just started writing music and moved out to Portland, Oregon for a while, and wrote a lot while I was out there, and then came back and met these guys. And
cool. We'll get to the forming of the band in a little bit, but first we're glad to have you back. So, Andrew, let's go to you.
Well, I'm from New Jersey originally, and currently I'm a student at the Eastman School of Music.
Hey, let's give it up for Eastman. Congrats, man. Who are you studying with?
Rich Thompson.
Oh, Rich is a great guy.
Yeah,
he was just here at the store, so Rich is a friend of the store.
Yeah, he loves listening to music, so this place makes a lot of sense for him.
Yeah, it does. Now, what big band are you in right now?
I'm in New Jazz right now.
Got it.
But I was in Rich's band last year. So.
Moving up the ranks quickly.
Yeah.
So what got you into drums?
My parents are really into a lot of great music, and my dad plays guitar, so there were always just instruments and musicians around the house. So one day I was like, I want to play the drums, and then eventually my parents let me start taking lessons.
That's the trick, because everyone wants to play drums, but telling your parents that you're going to bring a drum set in is a hard sell.
Well, you know what? They were smart. They waited till I was 7, because when I was like 4,
waited until you were 7?
Well, because I wanted to once I was 4 or so. And then they didn't want to pay that much for lessons when I probably wasn't going to focus. But then when I was 7 and when I was kind of controlled at that point, and it was actually meaningful at that point. So
come on, you were focused at 4. You're a machine.
All right.
We're already at a Tasheen the Machine joke already. Yeah. Steve, let's go to you. How'd you pick up the bass?
I actually didn't touch a bass until I was about 16. I inherited a shitty off-brand P bass from a cousin, and I beat the hell out of it. But I actually was one of those kids whose moms forced him to play piano when he was about 4 years old. And I stuck with it until I was about 8, and then I picked up the trumpet, and I was huge into jazz on brass. And I would have loved this place probably 10 years ago. But once I picked up the 6-string and bass guitar, I just kind of started getting into the same bands Zack's into, and I'm a huge Chili Peppers fan, so I got into the funk and the 4-string and just never looked back.
All hail Flea.
There we go. We're not worthy.
By the way, you're always welcome here, and there's always something here for you. It's
That's
not
true.
It's not just jazz here.
No, they have a huge, awesome rock session.
Cool. Mark, let's go to you. How'd you pick up the axe?
So, I've been a guitar fan since I was a real little kid. I didn't actually start playing until I was about 16, so I got kind of late in the game too. But yeah, I just always loved guitar. And I ended up going to school for jazz at FLCC as well.
You went to school?
And yeah, it's crazy. I made it, I guess. So I actually ended up loving jazz, the program, and I kind of ran with it. I ended up studying at Fredonia and did big band there and stuff like that. So, but I'm into all different kinds of music, indie stuff, and like these guys have been influencing me a lot to kind of broaden my style, which has been great.
Well, that's a great transition. You said you lived in Portland for a little bit, Zach, and then you came back to Rochester, and that's when you met these guys. So can you tell us how the band got together?
Yeah, so I, came back with the intention of starting a band, and I had a bunch of songs written, and I got together with my cousin at the time, and we started jamming a little bit, and Mark was playing in another group, and Mark and I went to the same high school and then FLCC together. So we brought Mark in, and then just on a whim, my sister was talking to Steve at a rock climbing gym that we go to, and I was just sort of lingering, listening, because they were talking about music, and sure enough, he said he played bass, and
He's
looking
pretty
for a
creepy.
while. Yeah, so,
He's just kind of like,
so I real quick jumped in, and then Steve showed up with a 12-pack of beer, and it went well. And
That's the trick.
and so that's how it happened. And then Andrew came into the picture a little bit later when we were recording our EP.
yeah.
And some changes needed to take place, and Andrew came in and just killed it. We're just starting to write with it. Yeah.
So how long ago was this?
When did summer?
June or July?
Yeah.
Is this
So Andrew needed to learn 5 songs very quickly, or 6 songs, all the stuff on the EP for recording purposes, and we taught him, I think, like 3 sessions, and then he just came in and
Yeah.
hammered
It was
him out.
quick. It was
Yeah.
like-
It's
Yeah,
like
I
he was a
feel it.
machine.
Yeah.
So why the name Great Red? I'm just totally curious.
It's actually kind of a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
Bit of a mixed response there.
Yeah. A few of us were hanging out. It's not a great story. It involves
It's a
cell
terrible story.
phones and and
We couldn't find a name.
Yeah.
That's where it was.
and
at.
we were all on Wikipedia, and there was a coincidence on our 3 separate cell phones. And we picked Great Red. It's a Great Red spot on Jupiter. It's a storm that's going on all the time.
Right.
So
That's good.
yeah,
That's great.
It's better than that, man. I get a call at like 2 in the morning on the
it
night
was
that we
not
had.
too.
It was at least 12.
Okay, it might have been.
And I get this call, and Zack is on the other end, like super serious. And I don't hear the other guys, but I know he's at a bar because they had gone to a bar in pursuit of like, we're not leaving this place until we find a name.
Well,
Unfortunately, I couldn't go. But I got a call, and he was so damn serious on the other end. I was like kind of scared.
and then
Like,
Steve
what?
cut in, and he goes, "Before you say anything," and we all thought he was about to quit the band. But he continue.
Well, so yeah, I got all serious. It's like, I don't care what the name is. Like, at this point, we just need a name to put on accounts and stuff like that. And Zach is like, no, we all like turned at each other, stumped, and then we realized that we had all Googled something about Jupiter. Like its
Wow.
etymology, the big red spot, and the moons around it, so it kind of made sense.
It does make
It's
sense.
cosmic.
I should hire this guy. That's not bad. My astronomy isn't so good. I was going to pull out how actually like big that red spot is compared to Earth. It's like 300 Earths or something. But we'll get it in post. We'll put like a little subtext there. Ladies and gentlemen, Great Red. And I've been lost one too many times in this old house. It goes down the hall, it isn't right,
the way we walk with our eyes to the ground, always searching, never finding secrets in the dust. And you seem so caught in warring with yourself, opening old wounds. I thought we'd sealed shut. It isn't right the way we walk with our eyes to the ground, always searching, never finding pieces of us. Laughing out loud at some tired joke, your face a reminder of a life we've lived without. It isn't right the way we walk with our eyes to the ground, always searching, never finding pieces of us. And I need a crisis to get me out of this one. A shockwave, a steady fall, something, anything at all. Thanks, guys.
So, Zach, you mentioned you were writing songs a lot while you were
Yeah.
in Portland. So, why did you decide to first bring those 6 songs to these guys?
Well, I mean, I had been in a band when I was in FLCC playing guitar, and all the guys I'd always looked up to, and still look up to, they're songwriters, and that's always that's why I got into playing guitar.
Yeah.
And so Portland was a little bit of an incubator where I just sort of hunkered down. I wasn't really playing with anybody, and I was sort of just in my room a lot, just working on tunes. And a few of them came from Portland. A few of them came from when I moved home, and it was really all I had at the time.
Right.
So we just sort of brought them all together, and some of the tunes we wrote as a band too.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, what's the process for the rest of the guys when he brings in a song? How much do you woodshed it? How much do you kind of come up with a new arrangement? What's sort of the process from the start of the song when Zack brings it into kind of its final product?
I've noticed there's didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, go ahead.
There's like 2 kind of themes of our songs. One is where Zack will bring something to the table and we just fill in all the pieces from start to finish and then kind of refine it. And the second is when one of us just has a really awesome idea instrumentally, and we all contribute to it until it's a piece, and then Zack will throw some lyrics over it. So, yeah.
Those often end with us hating each other a little bit at the end of those
Slightly,
practices. Yeah. But yeah, we've been writing more collaboratively as a
Cool.
group, and I think gives everybody a little bit more room to breathe.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's frustrating sometimes, but it's.
Yeah.
I think we've had some good results. Some of my favorite
Yeah.
tunes of ours.
A lot of those are really special and really fun to play. So it's
Are a lot of those on the ones with the album that's coming out?
There's a few.
There's probably two on that record.
Yeah.
You'll hear two tonight that came together like either in the middle of the process or after we'd done all the engineering. And,
Yeah.
those were mostly collaborative. So.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the upcoming record?
Yeah, it's 6 tunes. It's an EP. We were supposed to start recording in February this year. Matt Battle from O Manitou. He's the one producing it, recording it. I was living with him at the time, so it was really easy to just have these guys over. And Matt has a ridiculous studio, and he's amazingly talented. So it was really easy to just have everybody over and, just start recording. And Matt came to a few sessions. Then some things came up, and it got delayed a little bit, and Matt took a trip to Italy. Andrew came into the band, and then we're here, and now Matt is living in LA with his girlfriend Kamara.
Right.
So the EP.
Oh man. It's O.
So the EP's on hold a little bit until they get settled. But it's really, most of the recording is done. It's just some mixing and a few things that need to happen.
Cool. We're looking forward to it. Well, keep us in the loop about the date, and we'll post it. So give them a round of applause. I got through most of the questions. All right. So this is the lightning round. Maybe I need to rename it, because feel free to take your time. These questions are for everybody. It's 3 kind of big picture questions. So whenever you have a response, feel free to chime in. If you could accomplish one thing in music and be happy, what would it be?
Is this everybody?
This is everybody.
Oh, man.
I mean, you can answer for yourself, and then each individual person answers.
I would like to be able to sustain my life by making money playing music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that as a busker, man. That's
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
There we go.
Yeah,
Cool.
I have something for that too, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, not only like being able to sustain yourself, but just being able to connect with people and have a fan base or people who like dig your music and it's just like that connection when someone knows your music, it's a good feeling. So that too.
That's sweet. Yeah. If or when you leave Rochester, how would you like people to remember you and your music?
You're looking right at me.
I know. Well, you're just like in the center. But if anyone, okay, I'll look at Steven. We'll see who.
That's a good question. It's not something I think about because I get in the bad habit of thinking way too much, and so like being a part of this has taught me to think less and do more. And so I guess to fire against that question, it's like not a matter of if I leave Rochester. It's like I'm hoping that we can start something awesome here and contribute to the scene as long as we possibly can. If and when it does happen, I hope that we at least get one shot in front of like a Rochester icon in one of our records or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think the scene here there's something happening. I think Rochester's coming along, and I want to see it go as far as it can, So, yeah, I'm invested.
What about you, Eastman kid?
I think if people remember,
He's from New
the
Jersey.
music-
We're turning him into a Rochester.
Yeah, I think if people remember the music I make here, I'll be pretty happy. If they take anything away from it.
Good answer. One more. Do you have any advice for aspiring artists?
Any kind of artist?
Any kind of artist, yeah.
Go into painting. You don't need to work with a group when you paint. And you don't need to get frustrated with a lot of conflicting ideas. No, it's never stop trying and putting yourself out there. One of the hardest things for me when it comes to music is just getting out and playing. I don't like to play on my own unless I'm writing something, and I don't really have time for that. So just go out and find people with common interests and do whatever it is that you love and brings you joy.
Yeah, you learn best just playing with other people. I think that helps you a lot. Just come up with ideas and be able to write your own music too. So that's definitely something I would.
All right. Guys, thanks for your time. Really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
I'm Dan Gross. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Rochester Indie Musician Spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, Great Red!
What's next? All right. You guys have heard this one. Sunglasses on the subway, cigarettes between the lines, and frozen limbs around our beating hearts, long enough to know that we are still alive. And could you taint an image, drown your innocence in the clouds, and watch the trees take on the city skyline? What can we do but laugh on the hillside? Doesn't love you, and it's you that's gotta change. Well, I think that's crazy, man, but look at me, I'm alright, just out of my way. Time's fine, this will pass. I'm trying to find myself. Trying the only way that That tune's called Black Holes, and it was probably our first tune that we wrote or worked on as a band. Sunglasses on the subway, cigarettes between the lines, and frozen limbs surround our beating hearts, long enough to know that we are still alive.